Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues, and fellow learners, today, we gather to address an engineering economics question that delves into the realms of capital expenditure, maintenance, and the ever-critical concept of equivalent cost. This question presents a scenario where we must determine the equivalent cost of a piece of equipment, taking into account not only the initial cost but also its salvage value, maintenance expenses, and an interest rate of 10%. Let's dissect this problem step by step to arrive at the most appropriate answer. We are given that the scraper, a piece of heavy machinery, incurs an initial cost of $7,500. Furthermore, we are told that after a decade of service, this scraper is expected to have a salvage value of $5,000. Additionally, there's an annual maintenance cost of $500 associated with this equipment, and we are asked to calculate the equivalent cost at an interest rate of 10%. To tackle this problem effectively, we can employ the concept of equivalent annual cost, EAC, which allows us to express all costs associated with the equipment in annual terms, thus facilitating a fair comparison. The EAC formula takes into account initial costs, salvage values, maintenance expenses, and the interest rate. EAC equals P S plus A M P slash A I N. Here, P represents the initial cost, $7,500. S is the salvage value after 10 years, $5,000. It denotes the annual maintenance cost, $500. M stands for the annual maintenance cost, and P/A/I/N is the factor for calculating the equivalent annual cost at the given interest rate. Now, we will calculate each component step by step. 1. Initial cost. Salvage value, P/S, equals $7,500. $5,000 equals $2,500. 2. Annual maintenance cost equals $500 per year. 3. Interest rate I equals 10%, or 0.10 as a decimal. 4. Number of years, N equals 10 years. Next, we'll calculate the P/A/I/N factor. The P/A/I/N factor can be found in interest factor tables or computed using the following formula. P/A/I/N equals 1 plus IN. Plugging in our values. P/A 0.10, 10 equals 1 plus 0.10 minus 10, 0.10. Calculating this expression gives us the value of the P/A 0.10, 10 factor. Once we have this factor, we can complete the calculation for the equivalent annual cost, EAC. The EAC equals P/S plus A/M P/A/I/N. Substituting our values, EAC equals $2,500 plus $500. $500. P/A 0.10, 10. The annual maintenance costs, $500. $500. Cancel out, leaving us with EAC equals $2,500 plus $0. P/A 0.10, 10. Given that the maintenance costs effectively cancel out, the equivalent annual cost is simply the initial cost minus the salvage value multiplied by the P/A 0.10, 10 factor. Let's calculate the P/A 0.10, 10 factor and complete the calculation to find the most appropriate answer among the choices provided. After performing the calculations, we find that the P/A 0.10, 10 factor is approximately 5.65. Now, plugging this value into our EAC calculation, EAC equals $2,500 plus $0 times 5.65. EAC equals $2,500. So, the equivalent annual cost, EAC, of the scraper, when taking into account the initial cost, salvage value, annual maintenance costs, and the interest rate of 10%, is approximately $2,500. This means that, in order to make a fair comparison of the costs associated with owning and maintaining this scraper over a 10-year period, one can think of it as an annual cost of $2,500. This equivalent annual cost allows us to consider the financial impact of the scraper on an annual basis, making it easier to compare with other investment options or equipment. Now, let's revisit the choices provided in the original question. A. 1000B, 1100C, 1300D, 1400. Our calculated equivalent annual cost is approximately $2,500, which is significantly higher than any of the options presented. Therefore, none of the provided choices directly matches our calculated result. However, it's clear that the correct answer would be closest to option C, which is $1,300. This is the option that most closely approximates our calculated EAC of $2,500. In conclusion, the equivalent annual cost is a powerful tool in engineering economics, allowing us to express the total cost of a project, equipment, or investment on an annual basis. In this particular scenario, we have determined that the equivalent annual cost of the scraper, considering all factors, is approximately $2,500. While none of the provided answer choices exactly matches this result, option C, $1,300, is the closest approximation. This highlights the importance of understanding and applying the concept of equivalent annual cost to make informed financial decisions in engineering and economics. Don't forget that mastering engineering economics concepts like this can greatly benefit decision-making in various fields, from construction and manufacturing to investment analysis and project management.